The state of modern society today is an allegory of the lost human condition. With its lonely cities and alienating technology, we sometimes feel as if we're floating adrift, deeply perturbed and concerned over the cause of our being. This state of constant worry has led lifestyle pundits and self help gurus to assert the aphorism that I'd like to discuss today. Anxiety serves no purpose and should therefore be removed. But to my mind, is it truly so that the state of anxiety in and of itself is but excess baggage on the whole of society, deserving of banishment and to be forsook? Well, the short answer is both a yes and a no. And as for the long answer, allow me to explain. For one, we shouldn't deny that consternation or concern is a natural state of being that pushes us forward. Humans are inherently curious and ambitious creatures. We crave a sense of purpose to which we may strive, a lack of which spurs a feeling of uncomfortable worry. Anxiety, therefore, reminds us of a set goal to complete, discourages us from indolence, and in its place, some productivity, albeit begrudgingly induced. The famous American astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, when asked about whether he would like to live forever, "It is the knowledge that I'm going to die that creates the focus that I bring to being alive." In other words, it is the urgency and the need to accomplish a task, to show love or to appreciate what we have that may give way to great achievements or a fulfilling life. A man completely bereft of anxiety would therefore never truly appreciate his life. He would try to push himself forward as he is content in the idea of tomorrow. He's not emotionally compelled to better himself, and so he does not. He would rather let himself go and lapse into obscurity. However, on the flip side of the coin, obsessive anxiety is undoubtedly a hazard to our life and psyche. Have you ever been so caught up in thought about something that it takes up all of your mind's capacity, unable to muster even a single thought beside the problem at hand? This is unfortunately a very normal occurrence. We sometimes worry too much, so much so that we may lose sight of what is truly or ignorant of a silver lining amidst the dark cloud. One prime historical example was Adolf Hitler. During the Second World War, when the German army found themselves in an unfavorable position, their leader, Adolf, turned his mind not to how the problem may be overcome, but to the thought that his soldiers had betrayed him, and there was no way out. And in his anxiety-born hatred, he ordered an acceleration of massacring the Jewish camps, knowing that this would guarantee his loss. Sometimes, the solutions to problems are far simpler than we think, and the only thing that may stand between us and that realization is a sinister dread entailed by perturbation. Moreover, worrying about things you can't change is also a big problem. Some people today fall prey to a cycle of destructive thoughts, pondering over facts of life or stories bygone that skew their judgments of the present and therefore the future. This kind of thought is also hardly ever productive and thus should be avoided if possible. In conclusion, alongside many other constants in life, anxiety also serves a unique purpose that not to be overlooked. It ushers in a movement towards change and action. However, it is not always wise to worry. It is important to understand that you should never obsess yourself with what has been or what undeniably is. The key is to accept our sense of dread for what it is, a necessary evil that is largely in our control. And as we try out, juggle with, and then synthesize these oblique perspectives, we would find our sense of possibility expand and a tolerable way forward emerge from the current confusion and concern. That is the end of my speech. Thank you for listening.